And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Market Recap. Still Monday, October the 31st, Halloween. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. It's only Halloween. Well, October turned out to not be that big, scary month that everybody was worried about. Stocks did close lower today. Settlement for the S&P is 3883. NASDAQ 11,447 and a quarter. And the Dow 32,775. I was just reading about how the Dow finished up 14% this month. Its best month since 1976. I think that's about the year Halloween, the movie, came out. I think I saw that movie in a drive-in theater. You remember drive-in theaters? I don't know what's going on with the chat here. If you guys are saying anything, I'm not seeing it, so nobody wins the prize this afternoon. So maybe something going on with the chat here, but glad to see that there's a few people I can see that are watching. My name's John, by the way. Thanks for trusting me with your time. So looking at the news today, and everybody seems to be, of course, waiting for the FOMC meeting on Wednesday, unemployment on Friday, and the little election that we've got next Tuesday. Apparently, OPEC's Secretary General has stated that he sees an oil surplus for the fourth quarter of this year. OPEC world demand, they're saying, will plateau after 2035. It's going to probably make some politicians and ecologists not too happy about that. Biden's probably not going to be too happy about that either. As a matter of fact, today he's talking about oil company profits and how they're not reducing prices at the pump. I think we've all been complaining about that at some point or another. Like crude oil goes up, the price goes up that day at the pump, crude oil comes down. It takes a little while. I get that. Apparently he's floating a windfall tax on producers of crude oil. You know, the thing about business is you're in it to turn a profit, maybe just a little bit of a profit. So I don't know what the deal is. I kind of feel lonesome. Nobody's saying anything in the chat. And if you are saying something in the chat, then I can't see it. It's kind of strange. Ah, there you are. Now I see it. They all popped up at once. Good afternoon, George. He's not on the forbidden couch. He's right down here on my feet. Joe, good to see you back. Spencer, feels good to be back trading after a break for several weeks. It's good to have you back, Spencer. Started a swing trading combine this morning. This has been a swing trader's market all year. Intraday moves too messy. Yes, George, the gremlin is in the house. Yeah, I don't know what happened to you guys. Nobody was here. George wins the prize. Spencer, I think we said that in MHM that he wasn't going to start the recap until 50. Yes, right. And on days with the Make Hogue money, we're starting to recap at 3:15. The other days, well, let's see, that's Tuesday. We'll start at 3 o'clock because we're doing Make Hogue money early. Thursday there is no recap, or a Friday. So just 2 days will be to 3:15, and then on Tuesdays 3 o'clock. Rooster, don't tell me that. I'm sorry about that. I saw that you said something about your funded account. You had a real good day, but unfortunately, I'm sorry to hear that. But yes, you only have step 2 to get back through, and we'll look forward to having you succeed at that as time allows. Don't try and push it for sure. Anissa, good evening. Keg, hello, Keg. Do I know you? There's a guy on the trading floor named Keg. What are your opinions on VIX and the future of it? Well, the VIX is a fear factor thing. When equities are in question, the VIX is always going to be higher. I mean, the future is what it is, right? Haggle Matters, good day. Made 1150 profit in personal account, making me not so tilted about losing the funding account. Well, that's good. That's a little cushion for you there then, huh? Anissa, for market and volume profile, do you have to pay level 2 data market depth? I can't set my market profile. If you're on TS Trader, from what I understand, you do not need level 2. Anissa, if you're still having problems, come to group coaching on Wednesday, and then we'll see if we can't figure out what's going on. They will only pass on the tax. Can you read this? Now I can read it. Zobjo, Bear Goes Long, good afternoon. Everybody's saying good afternoon, Lacey. I think she's sound asleep. First time on the live. Well, okay, glad you're here. Welcome. Can you disclose the highest payout the Top Stepper has ever given to a funded trader? Don't quote me on this. I know there was somebody that it was somewhere around 40 grand, 40,000. And that's the only one that rings a bell. That's the only one that rings a bell. There may be much more than that. Anissa, yeah, let me know. All right. So, yeah, how about that? The Dow's best month since 1976. Most of you probably weren't even alive then. 1976. That's the spirit, right? The bicentennial. Yeah, records are meant to be broken, 100%. 8-ball, you break it. I'd like to see you set the bar high. Absolutely. Hello, Eudoxio. I think that's the way it might be produced. It's good to see you, James. Nope, 82 here, James. Yeah. I think that was the year I graduated from high school. I'm getting old, folks. Getting old. Not as old as my brother, though. All right. Let's jump through the charts here. We'll see what we've got going on. Yeah, a 40K day is doable. I've done it, but you're not going to do that every day, right? You got to know the days to back off a little bit, right? All right, let's take a look. Here's crude oil. We had a nice pullback here already this morning by the time we got in, and with China in lockdown, a lot of questions as to how demand is going to hold up. So we got a decent pullback on decent volume here. Here's the 30. And it made an effort to come back in and perhaps to almost accept value from Friday We didn't get, maybe we got one 30-minute bar closing back inside value. Apparently not enough to mark acceptance because the market continued to push lower towards naked point of control, weekly kickoff low, and our head and shoulders target. The mini S&Ps. Well, we got to pull back. Where do we start here? So here is where we started October. Here's where we finished. We had a positive month. We had a good month in October. I feel happy about that. I don't know about you. I just feel kind of happy about that. I'm going to bring that up there a little bit. Here's the 30. Wrong 30. So we were looking at this morning going, wow, we had a big up day on Friday. We rejected the spike. We had continuation. We had the melt up Friday. We opened in the middle of value, and we fell into repair, just kind of what we were expecting. What we were looking at was potential move towards point of control up here, and settlement didn't get there. And a move down to this point of control upon acceptance below that one, down to this one, not point of control, high volume node. Just looking for the market to come down and touch these high volume nodes to repair all the garbage in between. Didn't quite get to it. Well, not this one, but we did do some good repair today. And the NASDAQ, presenting weaker. Still not bad today, though. Wow, volume was pretty low. What was volume in New York? Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be barely 4 billion shares. Volume was pretty low today. That is telling us that we are in a mode for protection. Our traders are hedging, they're positioning for whatever happens on Wednesday and Friday and next Tuesday. So very similar. We did open in value looking for potential repair. Here's the volume profile. Low volume node here. Kind of a high volume node here, but a lot of repair going on. And in areas where the market did not exude a lot of volume. Gold continuing to the downside. What did dollar do today? The dollar, yeah, it continued to kind of rally throughout the session. Not tremendously, but makes sense that the gold continued to the downside, opening outside of range and value. A couple of potential opportunities for acceptance inside value, but nothing works the same way exactly every time, and nothing works every time. So upon rejection of value after kind of returning to it, we see the market continuing its push to the downside. The euro today, what a blah. So we had a decent move on the overnight, but it really just didn't do much here in the regular trading hour session. Got the gap fill and really just kind of rotated. We have 1, 2, 3. We have kind of a head and shoulders here. We did check to this naked point of control. We'll take that and stop it there. Visuals, ladies and gentlemen. Visuals. The market is looking to go some way. It'll go that way. So we see a little bit of continuation off the turnaround that we saw here on Friday. Not much, but still a little bit of continuation. Still have the weak structure down below here and naked point of control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's right. And for the natural gas, looks just like it looked this morning. It's 8:15 this morning, and we were looking at nat gas. This is what it looked like. No change. Here's the 30. There we go. Magnetic weekly kickoff level. It's going to make things a little bit difficult. I don't even really work here. That's what makes this so difficult. All right. So Henry Houdini passes away today in 1926. 1864, the U.S. Congress admits Nevada as the 36th state. We just needed somewhere to go gambling. King George III speaks for the first time since American independence was declared. I don't know what he said. Probably called us a bunch of meanies. As far as music is concerned, in 1970, Led Zeppelin started a 4-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album chart with Led Zeppelin 3. One of my favorite Zeppelin albums. I don't know what it is about it. But in 1974, Led Zeppelin held the UK launch for their new record label, Swan Song, in Kent, England on Halloween night. Drinks were served by nuns in suspenders. That, I'm sure, was quite a party. In 1969, David Bowie appeared at a Halloween night at a General Gordon Gravesend, England. The gig lasted about 15 minutes. After Bowie sang Space Oddity to everyone's delight, he dragged a stool on the stage along with a huge book and then sat and read poems. He was booed off the stage. 1963, the Beatles returned to London from Sweden and were greeted by hundreds of screaming fans and a mob of photographers and journalists. American television host Ed Sullivan was at Heathrow when the Beatles arrived and was struck by the sight of Beatlemania in full swing, decided to look into getting this book to appear on his U.S. television program. Malin Berggren from the Swedish pop group Ace of Base. They had a big hit everybody loved but wouldn't admit it called The Sign. They sold more than 30 million albums, making it the third most successful Swedish band of all time after ABBA, of course, and Roxette. Don't see any really big names that I see as far as like big names. Anyways, all right. Let's get some rest tonight. I know the markets have been a little thin, a little narrow ranged, a little tough, but it doesn't make it any easier to profit. And if we're going to be doing this, we need to really be kind of at the top of our game. So get some good rest tonight. Do something nice for yourself. Be kind to others. Say a prayer for world peace and peace inside yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning for the forecast right into Make Hogue Money. Looking forward to seeing if we can't make a little dough tomorrow. Made a little dough today. Made just under 10 points in the S&Ps, which I thought was pretty good on a day like today. So have a good night. Rest up, and I'll see you in the morning.